Missoula Smart. Shut down the rest of these guys. Look, a lot of those threes that Kyrie had in game one were wide open. It's not like they played the greatest defense you've ever seen. I thought they did a really good job on Luka for the most part. But I see a world where Kyrie and Luka can cook. As long as the Celtics shut down the rest of these losers, you're going to be all right. And I think that's the difference. A healthy Porzingis, more horses on your team than the other team, it's just going to get it done. I'll go 110-101 as the Celtics go up 2-0 on the Mavericks, and we get oh so closer. Come on, give it to me. To banner 18. All right, let's bring him in. Ante Campbell, who I saw laugh a few times during my rant and SMH a few times during my rant. Go ahead. Let me have it.
Nah, I like the takes. Look, KP was huge. He made D-Live and Gafford irrelevant, which was just unexpected.
Yes.
I think this is a great Celtics win because, like you said, Tatum wasn't what we expected of Tatum.
Right.
He wasn't the superstar level that we expect of him. KP, Jaylen Brown were. It was a nice team win.
Yep.
But I think it's really more about what the Mavericks didn't do. I was sitting there as a basketball fan, and I absolutely hate watching basketball. You're sitting there right next to me watching this game.
Yeah, you were pissed.
And I was getting mad because here's my thing. It's the NBA Finals. Why does the Dallas Mavericks look like they don't want to be here?
Yeah.
Luka looked tired sometimes in the game.
Yep.
He had a solid game. I wouldn't say it was great. He was 12 for 26, 30 points, whatever. Solid game. But it looked like they didn't have energy. Like they didn't just have a week off of basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Also, I was upset. Jay Kidd, you got to call a timeout earlier than that. Like you understand basketball at an extremely high level.
Yep.
When you guys went down 6 early in the game, it was looking bad.
Yeah.
The Celtics just happened to be missing shots. They were killing you on the glass. There was one possession that we were watching where they got about 5 offensive rebounds.
That's right.
And shot 5 threes, and none of them were close.
No.
But, like, you gave them 5 opportunities that one possession to get a bucket.
Right.
That's too much. The things that made the Mavericks special during their Western Conference run was the fact that they were physical, they were big, they were athletic, and we didn't see any of that in Game 1 from this team.
Yeah. What do you think that is? I mean, is it just a game one, big stage, on the road? I mean, I get Kyrie's a champ. He didn't play like it in game one, and it seemed like in a sense they were maybe shell-shocked. They did cut the big lead down late in that game. Luka kind of had it cooking, but the Celtics just – I've always said this, Ante, and I've said it on the show time and time again. They remind me of the Ravens. When the Ravens have the lead, forget it. I mean, Lamar's lights out. You're just not beating them, especially at home in that big crab cake. But when they're down and Lamar has to throw you back in a game, they struggle. I feel that way with the Celtics. They are the greatest front-running team I've ever seen in my life. If they are on top and they're in control of a game, you may go on a run. We saw these crappy teams out east push them a few times late. They just pull away from you.
Right.
You know, now if they're down or it's a tight game, it's a single possession game kind of deal, okay, now I'm nervous as hell.
Yeah.
But listen, if they have their foot on your neck, you're done.
Yeah.
And I just wonder how much of the Mavericks were shell-shocked, quite frankly, just by game one. That atmosphere in the Garden was insane. I mean, we had our guy George, who's a man of the people. He was there. We're going to hear from the fans because he was talking to them about what they would give up for a championship here. But I just think that crowd was so insane, Ante.
Yeah.
I think the Mavericks are going to need to adjust to that for game 2. We'll see if they do. And then obviously their building's going to be nuts, and the Celtics will have to figure it out.
Yeah, let's take a look at that video from George.
What would you give for the Celtics to win this title?
Any limb on my body. Any limb.
25,000.
Give up one of my dogs, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd give up a dog, a friend, right? Yeah.
My virginity.
I would give my life.
Car. Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes.
My husband.
I'll donate my kidney.
I would give my right arm.
It would give up anything. The city, we haven't had a championship parade since 2019, and it's about time we break out the duck boats. Let's go Celts, baby.
Since 2019, my gosh.
too funny.
An embarrassment of riches. Listen, I wouldn't give up any of that stuff, but I will tell you this. I am looking forward to having my first Boston championship.
Yeah.
Same to you, bro. Like, this is why we're here.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here? We It's Title Town, USA. Give it to me.
Yeah, moment of silence for the champion. Shout out Meta World Peace, man.
Yes.
But, I think that this crowd honestly was in the game. I think Kyrie just said, like, last night, oh, I expected the crowd to be louder and stuff like that.
Oh,
dude,
please.
we don't want to hear that from you. You were terrible. Clearly the crowd affected you in some way. You're 0 for 11 since leaving here, dog.
Wow.
0 for 11. What are you going to do about that? That's what it comes down to me is this team did a lot of punking, and last night they looked scared. Like they weren't ready to punk anybody. And I really blame it on J. Kidd, honestly, because like I said, early in the game, he's got to call a timeout.
Yep.
And I was sitting across from you, and I said, he's got to break a clipboard.
Yeah, you're right.
Because there's no way I'm coming out there and watching Peyton Pritchard, Drew Holiday, Derek White get offensive rebound after offensive rebound. And you talked about it. It was 37-33 to end the game.
Didn't feel
because in the second half, they clearly had a conversation, and we saw them actually boxing out, putting their butt on somebody's tip, and moving them out of the lane, and then having a team rebound. You have 3-4 guys now trying to go get a board instead of looking like, oh, well, he's going to get it. He's going to get it. I hate that, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
I hate that. As a player, like, you want to see guys be physical. It's the finals.
Yeah.
And I understand that the refs were making some ticky-tack calls here and there, but, like, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out swinging.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to go out looking like, oh, somebody else do it. And that was my problem with Kyrie and Luka, honestly, in the first half. It looked like they were looking for other guys to score. And then eventually in the second half, they were like, whatever, we're just going to shoot it. And that's when they started to kind of climb back into the game. They ran out of energy. The Celtics are a better team, a deeper team.
Yes.
They figured it out, and they went on to win the game. But it shouldn't take a whole half.
Yeah.
It's the NBA Finals.
Amen. That's well said. All right, so look, I gave you my prediction game 2.
Yeah.
I'm going 110-101 Celtics. I think they could take a commanding 2-0 lead. They'll go to Dallas, and we'll see. I mean, this team's been great on the road, so who knows? Maybe we get out the brooms here. I just have to imagine Dallas is too damn talented with those two superstars to go out in that way.
Yeah.
But just for game 2 purposes, give me your prediction.
Yeah, game 2, I'm going to expect that it's going to be a lot closer. I think they're going to sit there and look at the film and really understand that they have to be a physical team because that's their brand, as I spoke to. And they'll be better in game 2. I think that, I don't know. It's hard, honestly, Travis. After watching game 1, I'm feeling like you, like it's going to be a Celtic sweep, but I don't want to overreact.
Right.
So I'm going to say that the Mavericks do get game 2 because that's originally what I predicted.
Okay.
Game 1, they were going to lose.
Okay.
Game 2 was the game that they were going to get in Boston. So I'm going to go Mavericks in game 2. I think it's going to be close. Again, like you said, I'm going to go 111-108.
Wow. Okay. So somebody's going to have some heroics, Luka or Kyrie. We know it's one of them two because ain't nobody else on that team doing a damn thing.
100%. You're
All right,
100%.
look.